You are broke because you are working too hard. That is the absolute undeniable truth. Welcome to the only video you will ever need to watch, because today I am going to delete the corrupted software that was installed in your brain by a school system designed to create obedient employees, not emperors. You clicked this video because you feel it deep in your gut. You feel the friction. You are grinding, you are sweating, you are showing up early and staying late, yet your bank account looks exactly the same as it did last year. You are waiting for discipline to save you, but you are applying it to a mechanism that is fundamentally broken. Why is your hard work keeping you poor? Because you are digging a hole with a spoon, while I am using an excavator. You are trading your limited time for a currency that is being printed into oblivion, while I am trading value and stress for assets that appreciate. By the end of this video, I am going to hand you the keys to the excavator. But first, you have to admit that everything you were told about patience was a lie. Success is the only cure for the poison of your past. It is the only real revenge against every single entity that ever had the audacity to doubt your potential. Right now, you are sitting there, mentally replaying a scenario with an ex-girlfriend who found someone else. You are wondering why. You are wallowing in a low-frequency state of regret. Stop it. She wouldn't be smiling if she saw you pull up in a $500,000 vehicle with a body carved out of granite and a name that everyone on the planet respects. You think she is happy with that average guy? That guy who works a 9 to 5 and settles for mediocrity? That guy who watches Netflix and thinks a salary is safety? The moment you become a high-level competitor, a shark in the ocean of life, she will look at her current reality with disgust. Not because she hates him, but because she realizes she walked away from a king to settle for a peasant. Success is the best revenge on the school teachers who told you to be realistic. It is the best revenge on the boss who pays you crumbs to build his dream while you starve your own. You do not need to play petty games. You do not need to send desperate text messages. When you win everything. The silence of your success is louder than any insult you could ever scream. I automatically win in every single scenario because I have built a life of such undeniable magnitude that anyone who bets against me is simply wrong. Do you want to feel that power? The power of knowing your enemies or watching your Instagram stories, hating themselves because they were wrong about you? If you die without making the people who wronged you feel the sting of regret, you are a perma-victim. And I refuse to let you live 70 years as a joke. Most of you are going to click off in the next 3 minutes because what I am about to say contradicts everything your parents taught you. But if you stay, I am going to reveal why your safe job is actually the most dangerous gamble you can possibly make. This is the first key to the master secret. You are a man. You need dignity. You need honor. In 2026, honor is not just about being nice. It is about capacity. If you do not have a six-pack, a pile of liquid cash, and a supercar, then all the people who called you a loser were absolutely right. You are currently proving them correct every single morning you wake up and hit snooze. You stay lazy because you think you have time. It is go time. It is always go time. There is always a new level of life to unlock. You don't feel like going to the gym? Good. Just remember that every person who abandoned you is laughing at your weakness right now. Nobody is coming to save you. No president, no policy, no lottery ticket. You are the only one who can press the buttons on the keyboard. You are the only one who can lift the iron. You must escape the perpetual slavery of the matrix. You can mock the system all you want on Twitter, but if they still control your time, your calendar, and your energy, they are winning. You are just a loudmouth in a cage. Stop waiting for a lucky break. The only way to get rich is to panic. You need to realize the window of opportunity is closing. If you don't act now, your entire bloodline will be cursed with mediocrity for generations. You have been playing the role of the nice guy who works hard. That is a trap. If you haven't won yet, something is fundamentally wrong with your philosophy. Men used to dig out salt mines by hand. You are complaining that typing on a computer is too difficult while you sit in air conditioning? Show some respect to your ancestors. Hard men win. If you lose, you deserve to lose. Here is the second glitch in the matrix. Time works differently for the rich than it does for the poor. While you are trading hours for dollars, I am about to show you how to trade stress for millions. This is the difference between a laborer and a literal titan of industry. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do about it. The tide has been coming in and going out for 6,000 years. It isn't going to stop for your feelings. Opportunity is always mixed with difficulty. The only way your life gets better is when you get better. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming the crypto market. Set a better sail. You can massively change the direction of your life on any given day, but you have to pick the day, and you have to be willing to suffer the pain of growth. Go look in the mirror. Right now. Look yourself deep in the eyes. Are you a winner or are you a loser? Because if you are a loser, you are going to waste your life watching motivational videos to trick your brain into doing a tiny bit of work. A winner doesn't care how he feels. The work needs doing. It must be done regardless of your internal weather. I do not believe there is a single person on this planet who pays attention, works hard, is never lazy, and has a mentor who isn't rich. It is mathematically impossible. If you are broke, you are missing one of those elements. You can fool the world, but you cannot fool the man in the mirror. Depression is not a magic spell that falls out of the sky. It is a feedback mechanism. It is your avatar telling you that you are low stats, low status, and low resources. If you feel like garbage, take control of the simulation and fix the situation. Do not self-hypnotize into a diagnosis that allows you to be weak. I cannot become depressed because I do not have time for it. I am too busy conquering. You think you're just living a quiet life? Wrong. You are being hunted. Every dollar you want, every woman you desire, every house you dream of, I am hunting it too. And I am faster, stronger, and more ruthless than you. Do you want to know how to stop being prey? Listen closely. The world is hyper-competitive. Most men walk through life like NPCs, player character. They are unaware that every single pound and every single opportunity is being hunted by men like me who will absolutely annihilate them in every metric. You do not have time to be sad. While you are whining about how unfair life is, I am taking the money, the status, the car, and the influence you claim to want. The universe is a giving place, but it only gives in proportion to what you sacrifice. The number one factor that decides your success is your ability to absorb stress. The more problems you can fix, the more money you make. It is that simple. You can choose to be a homeless nobody with zero stress, or you can be a billionaire who handles massive pressure from governments and enemies. You decide where on that scale you exist. Most people are broke because they are arrogant. They think they know more than the people who already have everything. Everything great in my life happened because I shut my mouth and listened to a master. Whether it was my kickboxing coach or my father teaching me chess. If you are too good to learn, you deserve your poverty. You have a duty to your ancestors. They survived the Black Death. They survived wars. They worked fields with bleeding hands just so you could exist. And you are going to be the end of their bloodline because you want to watch anime? You are a disgrace. You owe a debt to the past. And you have a duty to God to be the best possible version of yourself. Life is a video game. But unlike a game, you don't start with balanced stats. You start at 0. But here is the secret that the elites keep to themselves. You can recode your character in real time. But only if you destroy the version of yourself that exists right now. As a man, you are born relatively valueless. Women have innate value. Men must build it. This is a massive opportunity. It means you can choose your character. You can decide to be a musician, a world champion, a businessman. If you actually try, you can become the man pulling up in the Lambo at 3:00 that everyone respects. You are the architect. If you don't like who you see in the mirror, destroy him. Build something worthy of your last name. How are you going to complain that it is hard to be the man and then expect being the man to have any value? The value comes from the difficulty. If it were easy, everyone would do it. I know exactly what I went through to become Tate. I wouldn't trade a second of the struggle. The juxtaposition of eating 10-cent noodles versus a $15,000 dinner is what creates masculine happiness. There is no light without dark. You will never appreciate your wealth if you didn't earn it through blood and sweat. If you aren't cut out for the hard road, just give up. Go live a normal existence and die unremembered. Let other men enjoy the spoils of victory. Society promotes weakness. It promotes excuses. It tells you that your depression is a permanent state. If you were me, If you had $1 million cash, your depression would vanish. That proves it is a lack of resources, not a biological defect. Do not adopt the thinking of a sad person. That is a fate worse than death. I refuse to believe in ghosts, and your self-doubt? It's a ghost. You are haunting yourself. I am about to tell you how to exorcise these demons instantly. It doesn't require therapy. It requires a specific type of aggression. I refuse to believe in things that take power away from me. I am temporarily immortal. I am not going to waste my living years believing in a haunted house that only exists in my mind. For me to be a winner, there must be losers. If you want to defend your sadness like it has a PR team, you are just giving me a head start. Success is a bumpy road. You must capitalize on pain. Draw conclusions that lead to action. You cannot pray against a famine while refusing to plant seeds. God created us to be collaborative in the miraculous. If you don't move, you die. Success isn't free. You must be hungry. You must rebuke every giving up spirit. The devil wants you comfortable. He wants you broke. He wants you docile. Stop believing in luck. Luck is just a word losers use to describe the work they didn't see. You weren't there when I was training on Christmas. You weren't there when I couldn't pay the heating bill. Don't you dare hate on my success while you were sitting at home. Do what you can today. Stop postponing your life. It is never duck season. The ducks will never be lined up perfectly. Shoot anyway. Trade busyness for effectiveness. Casualness leads to casualties. Wake up. The only thing standing between you and the man you want to be is the discipline to keep moving when everyone else is looking for an exit. I visit graveyards to remind myself of one thing. They are full of men who had potential. Potential is the most dangerous drug in the world. It makes you feel good about doing nothing. Here is how you convert potential into kinetic energy before it kills you. Potential is a curse if you never turn it into performance. The world is full of ghosts who could have been great. Your talent means nothing without the daily grind. The Matrix tells you practice makes perfect. That is a lie. Perfect practice makes perfect. If you practice being lazy, you are perfecting failure. You need to approach every day like it is a championship fight. The moment you decide to relax is the moment your enemy is sharpening his blade. I am talking about a level of focus that burns away all distractions. This is a war for your freedom. This is a war for your legacy. If you don't treat every business deal, every workout, every interaction with the intensity of a man fighting for his life, you have already lost. You think you can just try your best against men like me? I am willing to bleed for this. While I am conquering industries, you are negotiating with your alarm clock. The true path to mastery is repetition. Relentless, boring, perfect repetition. Stop acting like a fragile flower. The world is a jungle. Only the strongest survive. Become obsessed with improvement. Don't chase money. Chase mastery. The money will follow you like a loyal dog because the universe rewards competence. Look at your phone. Look at your last 5 texts. Are those people discussing millions? Are they discussing world conquest? Or are they discussing gossip? If you don't change the players at your table, you will never change the stakes of the game. Everyone agrees you are the sum of the 5 people you spend time with. Yet you continue to hang around losers. You are afraid to leave your past behind. You need to realize that you are heading for a level of greatness they cannot fathom. You must leave them. If you walked into a room with my crew, killers, monsters, tycoons, you would feel self-conscious. Good. That discomfort is the friction you need to polish your character. You are comfortable now because your friends are just as lazy as you are. I live in a hyper-competitive environment. If one of us does 500 push-ups, the others do 501. We do not allow weakness to fester. In the animal kingdom, lions have to fight to be the boss. You need to bring that fighting spirit to your soul. God hates sloth. God hates laziness. Show God the beauty of his creation by maximizing your stats. Depression comes from self-loathing. I don't loathe myself because I am the most powerful version of myself. Your brain is broken. You are addicted to TikTok dopamine. You can't focus. You need to rewire your mind. Resist the slave programming, identify the manipulation, punish the perpetrators by succeeding in spite of them. Society has changed. People live for Instagram pictures, not reality. I conquered social media because I used it as a tool, not a pacifier. Put away childish systems. If your current operating system leaves you miserable, delete it. You are casting spells on yourself every day. When you say, I'm tired, I'm anxious, I'm broke, you are writing the code for your reality. Stop it. I'm going to teach you how to speak the language of kings. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Change what comes out of your mouth. If you speak about weakness, you give life to the negative. Be on the offensive. Announce to your giants that you will defeat them. David didn't have a committee when he faced Goliath. He had belief. Come into agreement with yourself. Say it before you see it. Every declaration of victory moves you toward the miracle. The purpose of life is not a safe space. It is to struggle. It is to see how hard you are to kill. Happiness is for children. You are a man. You have responsibilities. I don't care if I am happy. I care if I am effective. Adopt a stoic mindset. Your base level remains the same whether you lose $1 million or make $1 million. Be steady in the storm. The true skill of a leader is not steering the ship in calm waters. It is keeping the crew alive when the waves are crashing over the bow. God has a destination for you, but he won't tell you about the monsters on the way. Every person faces a storm. You are equipped to handle it. Stop trying to fix the storm. Fix yourself. The enemy hits you when you are tired. That is the test. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle happens. There are no shortcuts. If you want uncanny influence, you must endure uncanny storms. Motivation is a fickle lie. Discipline is the only truth. If you need someone to hold your hand to go to the gym, you have surrendered your masculinity. I train when I don't want to. I work when I don't want to. That is why I am me, and you are you. You are in the jaws of a tiger. Fight back. Success only rewards those who perform regardless of how they feel. Pain is the teacher. Thank God for your struggle. It is the raw material for your empire. I have never seen a man who genuinely tries his best, who is honest and who works hard fail. It is impossible. Every night I dream of freedom. Every morning I wake up and work. Even in a jail cell I trained. What is your excuse? You have none. Imagine yourself defeating the Matrix. Your biology will follow your psychology. Build resources. Build a body that commands respect. Learn to speak. Persuade. Influence. Get out of the boring life. Take risks. Wisdom comes from the fight. I say things to piss you off because I need you to wake up. You are currently insignificant. Change that. Become something the world cannot ignore. Success leaves clues. Pick them up. The clock is ticking. The game is live. You are the player. Press start. You need to understand the fundamental economics of the world you are living in. You have been sold a lie about stability. You think a paycheck is stability? A paycheck is a subscription to poverty. It is a bribe they give you to forget your dreams. You are trading the most valuable resource you have, your life force, for a fiat currency that they print out of thin air. They print trillions, and you work for pennies. Does that math make sense to you? Of course it doesn't. It is a scam, and you are the victim. The only way to exit this scam is to stop playing by their rules. You need to become an owner. You need to own equity. You need to own land. You need to own your name. You need to be sovereign. Sovereignty is the ultimate goal of a man. To answer to no one. To have no master. To wake up and do exactly what you want when you want. But sovereignty is expensive. It costs your comfort. It costs your sleep. It costs your friends who want to go out drinking on Friday night. You have to pay the price. Let's talk about the biological imperative. You were designed by God and evolution to be a formidable creature. Look at your hands. You have grip strength. Look at your shoulders. You were built to carry heavy loads. Look at your eyes. They are forward-facing because you are a predator, not prey. But you are living like a cow. You are grazing in a field, waiting to be slaughtered by the system. You eat processed garbage that lowers your testosterone. You sit in a chair that ruins your spine. You consume media that makes you fearful. You are de-evolving. You are becoming something less than a man. And deep down, Your soul knows it. That's why you are anxious. Anxiety is your primal Dina screaming at you that you are vulnerable. If a lion walked into the room right now, you would be food. I would be a combatant. That is the difference. You need to train your body until it is a weapon. Not because you want to hurt people, but because a harmless man is not a good man. A harmless man is just weak. A good man is a monster who keeps his claws sheathed. Be the monster. And do not think for a second that this digital world is any less violent than the jungle. In 2026, the violence is economic. The violence is algorithmic. The AI revolution is here, and it is coming for your mediocre job. You think ChatGPT and the advanced neural networks care about your tenure? You think they care that you're a nice guy? No, they are efficiency engines. If you can be replaced by a script, you will be starved. The only safety lies in being the top 1%. The only safety lies in being the strategist, the commander, the face. You need to develop skills that cannot be automated. Charisma cannot be automated. Courage cannot be automated. The ability to look another man in the eye and shake his hand and close $1 million deal cannot be automated. You need to double down on your humanity, your masculinity, and your raw capability. The herd is going to be cold. The useless eaters are going to be left behind. You have to decide right now if you are going to be on the ark or if you are going to drown in the flood. I want you to visualize your future self, not the version of you that gave up, but the version of you that listened to me. 5 years from now, you walk into a room, the temperature changes, people stop talking. They sense the aura of a man who has conquered himself. You are wearing a bespoke suit that costs more than your haters make in a year. But it's not the suit that commands respect, it's the body underneath it and the mind controlling it. You sit down, you order sparkling water. You are clear, lucid, dangerous. You have a portfolio of assets that pays you while you sleep. You have a network of brothers who would die for you. You have a woman who looks at you with genuine adoration because she knows she is safe with you. This reality exists. It is waiting for you in the quantum field of possibilities. But you have to collapse the wave function with action. You have to grab that reality by the throat and drag it into existence. Stop listening to people who have not done it. This is the biggest mistake you make. You take financial advice from your broke uncle. You take relationship advice from your single friends. You take fitness advice from fat people. It is insanity. You need to curate your inputs with extreme prejudice. If someone is not where you want to be, their opinion is noise. Delete it. Silence it. I only listen to people who have what I want. If you want to learn how to fly, you talk to a pilot, not a passenger. I am the pilot. I am flying the jet at 50,000 feet, looking down at the clouds. And I am throwing down a rope ladder, but you have to have the strength to climb it. I cannot climb it for you. The wind is blowing. It is cold. Your hands will bleed. But at the top is the view that only the gods see. You need to become obsessed. Balance is a lie sold to you by people who are content with being average. You think Elon Musk has balance? You think Alexander the Great had balance? No, they had obsession. They had a singular burning focus that consumed everything else. You need to find your mission and let it consume you. Whatever it is, whether it's building a business, mastering a sport, or creating art, you must give yourself to it completely. You must burn the boats. There is no plan B. Plan B is just a distraction from plan A. When you have no safety net, you will be amazed at how hard you can fight. You will find reserves of energy you didn't know you had. You will tap into the adrenaline of survival. Let's talk about the concept of the brotherhood. You cannot win a war alone. You need a phalanx. You need men on your left and your right who hold the shield when you are tired. This is why I created my networks. To find the lions in a world of sheep, you need to audit your circle immediately. If your friends are talking about video games, about getting high, about wasting time, cut them off. It is better to be alone than to be weighed down by anchors. Find men who challenge you. Find men who are richer than you, stronger than you, smarter than you. Be the small fish in the big shark tank. That is how you grow. You will be forced to swim faster just to survive, and eventually you will become a great white. And finally, remember your name. Your last name is not yours. It was borrowed from your father, and it is on loan to you for your children. You are the custodian of your bloodline. Every time you act with cowardice, you tarnish the name. Every time you act with bravery, you polish it. Do you want your grandchildren to look at your photo on the mantle and say, he was a giant? Or do you want them to not even know who you were? Legacy is the only form of immortality we have. Build a legacy of strength. Build a legacy of competence. Leave behind more than just debt and excuses. Leave behind an empire. Leave behind a standard. The matrix is cracking. The veil is lifting. People are waking up. But waking up is not enough. You have to get out of bed. You have to put your boots on. You have to march. The war has already started. The war for your mind. The war for your soul. The war for your wallet. I am on the front lines. I am waving the flag. I am calling you forward. Are you going to hide in the trenches? Or are you going to fix bayonets and charge? The choice is yours. But know this, the time for choosing is almost over. The gate is closing. The ark is leaving. Get on board or get left behind. This is the reality. This is the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. Accept it. Conquer it. Win. I want you to think about the last time you felt truly proud of yourself. Not the participation trophy pride, but the deep, quiet pride of doing something difficult. That feeling is the drug you should be chasing. Not alcohol, not weed, not porn. The dopamine of achievement is the only fuel that burns clean. It doesn't leave a hangover, it builds you up. You need to structure your life so that you are manufacturing that feeling every single day. Small wins stack up to become massive victories. Make your bed. Do the push-ups. Send the email. Close the deal. Stack the bricks, one by one. Until you have built a fortress that no one can tear down. You are going to have days where you doubt everything. Days where the world feels heavy. Days where you want to quit. I have those days. Everyone has those days. The difference is what we do with them. I use those days to prove to God that I am serious. Anyone can work when the sun is shining. But can you work in the rain? Can you work in the blizzard? That is the test. God is watching. He is waiting to see if you are worthy of the blessing. If you fold at the first sign of resistance, why would he entrust you with power? Power is heavy. Responsibility is heavy. You have to build the back to carry it. So, here is your instruction. Turn off the phone. Sit in silence. Write down exactly what you want. Not what you think is possible, but what you actually want. The jet, the house, the girl, the body, the freedom. Write it down. And then look at your daily habits. Do they align? If you want to be a millionaire, but you are spending 4 hours a day scrolling TikTok, you are a liar. You are lying to yourself. Align your actions with your ambition. It will be painful at first. Your old self will fight back. It will scream. It will beg for comfort. Kill it. Suffocate the weakness with action. I am Andrew Tate, and I am telling you that you can have it all, but you have to pay the price. The price is your old life. The price is your comfort. The price is your excuses. Hand them over. Burn them on the altar of your future and step into the fire. The fire will not burn you if you are made of gold. It will only melt away the impurities. Become the gold. Become the king. Become the version of yourself that God intended. The world is yours for the taking, but you have to take it. It will not be given. Take it now.